Welcome back, everybody. I have done so much this week, and it has been just like a blast. A blast in a glass. I hung out with a group of friends from cosmetology school. I love them all so much. And we went to a Brazilian steakhouse, and I have never been to a Brazilian steakhouse in my life. Have you been to a Brazilian steakhouse? I have not. But I did learn from Jersey Shore. You do not fill up at the salad bar. You do not fill up on the first meats. You wait till the very end with the good meats and don't fill up on the like fries that they give you, the bread that they give you. Although that bread is chef's kiss. Anyways, hot tip just in case you're going to Brazilian steakhouse. And so anyway, it was fun. I had a great time, and we've been doing a lot this week. A lot of fun things. I feel like we really ended summer with a bang. And as I'm like looking through the photos and videos of this week, it's just been so fun, and I can't wait to like take you down this little memory lane. So starting off, we went to the library, and I got my first library card in like a really long time. So I got a library card. I got to check out my first book, and I haven't read it or anything yet, but I'm excited to get into it. I've been doing a lot of research on painting fire hydrants. Okay, we're talking hours of research, when all I needed to do was go to the Home Depot and ask Derek in the painting section what paint would be best to paint a fire hydrant with. Here I am going all over the interwebs where nobody is helping a sister, a girl out over here and telling me what to use. I have gone all around town, like literally just to the Ace across the street in the figurative town on the webs, on the interwebs. And yeah, anyways, I finally figured it out thanks to Derek at the Home Depot. And shout out to Derek. And I found the things that I'm going to be needing. If all goes well, I will definitely tell you what I used for the paint. I'm not going to like lead you on and tell you I'm going to talk about it here. I'll save that for a whole nother video. So I'm painting a friend's fire hydrant. I'm so excited. I will definitely document that process. I have been working with different mediums recently. I'm so excited. We went to a, what's it called? Art show. And it was Sentrock, aka Joseph. Joseph is his name. I'm telling you, this guy has inspired me ever since I first saw his art from the side of the expressway. And something just really connected me with that art. And then all of a sudden, I learned that he was a part of this event that my sister had created with Walmart. And I was like, this is wild. I got to meet him. I was like, hey, listen, I love everything you're doing. I feel really connected to it. So I've been really inspired by him, other local Chicago artists. And so when we were at the art show, I saw a couple other pieces from different artists, including Joey D, who I can't wait to talk to more. Nez, as you know, from Studio Nez, who was on the podcast. And it was just such a great time. And you guys, I've been so inspired, as you'll hear me say in this video that I'm gonna show, but just by all these artists. And like, I want to pursue art full time. That is like the goal. And you know what's also funny? Another huge goal of mine. Today at lunch, one of my closest friends was like, he's such a huge supporter of the podcast, and I am so blessed and just grateful to have friends like him who are so supportive, like literally listen the second it comes out. And he's like, you know what? Like, you know what you'd be perfect at? And I was like, what? And he's like, with all your reactions and stuff, like you'd be the perfect, like, what's it called? Like an animated character. And I was like, oh my God, little do you know, my dream goal is like to be in a Disney movie, like as a voiceover actor for one of the cartoons or whatever. And I want it to be a very loved character, very lovable. I want it to be like an animatronic or something on a ride at Disney. And I also really want like merchandise of like my little character everywhere. I don't know. It's like a dream, honestly. And it's gonna come true, along with other dreams I have. But anyways, tangent. So yeah, we did a lot. Speaking of a lot, let's get into it. We actually went to the Morton Arboretum, which was super fun, and I'm just gonna let you enjoy these beautiful views that we got to enjoy ourselves in person. And I just want to share it with you all because it was so beautiful, and I hope you enjoy. For somebody that says I don't like nature, whatever, I actually do really like nature. We even went to a Brewers game this weekend. It was so fun. I was there to support my amiga from the Amiga Hood, Yomo, and she has a community called Hair Las Bonita, and she threw the first pitch at the Brewers game for Hispanic Heritage Month, like the celebration of it. And she's just amazing, and it was a lot of fun, and it was so great. Like, I just had a fun time. I'm really proud of me and Brian for like getting out of our comfort zone, pushing ourselves in a loving way to experience new things and support people. And I'm all about supporting people when they're doing their thing, because like, why not? Like, why wouldn't we want to support people that we care about? So anyways, that was a lot of fun, and a lot of art. A lot of art is coming your way. I have been like just creating, and I can't wait to keep creating. I'm gonna take you on a little adventure. Let's go on a little adventure, shall we? We shall. We're doing it now. Also, my voice is like hoarse because I was singing in the car all day, to no doubt. So yeah, there's that. Our little adventure included our favorite sushi restaurant, and then we also went to Billy Corgan's and Chloe Mendel's, what's it called? Vegan restaurant and tea shop, and they have the most delicious, like, Crunch Wrap Supreme, but made with obviously vegan ingredients. So definitely check that out if you're in the suburban area of Highland Park. Now let's get back to the sketchbook. Recently with my art, I've been thinking I want to incorporate it with the healing message of things that like help me, whether it's affirmations, whether if it's just these little quotes that I think of in my head. Like back then, look, when I get overwhelmed, I stop, I take a breath, and do the first thing that's right in front of me. One thing at a time. Remember to breathe through it all. Feeling good despite the creepiness. And I think that nose and stuff was the creepiness. But yeah, so I've been exploring, thinking a lot about that recently. This is a Copic sketch that I was doing when I realized that I did not like the way this paper was being, because it was soaking up all of my ink. So it's important to know what kind of like paper that you like. And hey, it's all about testing, playing around to see which ones you do like. And I remember I really love Sandy Hester. I think that's her name. Oh no, I don't know what I did. But I really enjoy her videos. And I love when she says, you like a paper when it's like working with you and not against you. She's like, I know I don't like a paper when it's not doing what I want it to do with my thing that I'm working with. And that's exactly what was happening with these Copic markers. But guess what, you guys? I finally found the medium that has made me fall in love with this paper. And after the art show this weekend, I saw some ink paintings that Joseph had done, and I was like, yes, please. So I busted out my Indian ink as soon as I got home. And guys, I used to love Indian ink. When I was in college, I'll turn the page as I say this, but basically I busted out my Indian ink, and this is one of the last things I did that night. This is the first thing I did that night. I was playing with different size brushes and different like water intake of the brush, just dry brush, like all these different kinds of strokes. And I started doing like all this line work that reminded me of like, I don't know, very like Japanese kind of, you know, I don't know whether it was like even in Reiki, we have like different symbols, you know, and we don't share those symbols because they're sacred. So something about it reminded me of just like that kind of like the words and stuff of that. And anyways, reminded me of the symbols. So this is the first thing I did. And then that's when I was trying to use these cheap oil pastels I got that I did end up not liking on this paper. Then we started making like still life. And back in college, one of my first classes I ever took was, I think, like drawing 1 and 2 or something like that. And they had us paint with Indian ink and a still life. And I was so bad at still life. But I will tell you, when I got home and painted this still life of like a bamboo plant we had in this really cool like vessel, oh my God, it was one of my favorite things I ever painted up until that point, like in college. And I mean, like in life, I think. And it was just black ink on paper. And I remember being like, this is so good. And it took me like 5 minutes. And I love this guy. We have him in our living room, and I love the way it turned out. For being the second thing I've painted with Indian ink in so long, I'm like, I did a great job, and I'm really happy with it. And yeah, then I did a self-portrait, you guys. Look at that. Oh my God. I actually love it. I just had a good time with it. And after like following and being influenced by Sandy, I think her name is Hester, but Bits of an Artist's Life, she has inspired me so much to just play and have fun and not worry about the end result. And like, look, I feel like I still got like a lot of really good like depth and features in this, like without really having played with ink in so long. And I told Brian, I'm like, I look like a Javier Bardem and No Country for Old Men, and I definitely feel like I do. And then I did a still life. I did a still life of Brian on the couch, and I feel like it turned out really good. This was like an accident, but hey, it still looks awesome. So he was in the recliner with his arms up behind his head, and I love the way it turned out. And then I just had fun with like things that were just like in my mind. Had some fun with that. Didn't turn out as planned, but you know, what are you gonna do? Bipolar Baby Podcast. This is like a logo that I've been playing with for Bipolar Baby Podcast that I really love, like BPB, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this page. It almost reminds me of like flash tattoo art, and yeah, I really love it, and I think it's super fun. But going back to this guy, well, actually before that, I was like, let me end off the night with this little fun dude. Little fun doodle, little fun dude. So for this, I'm excited because I'm going to use oil pastels on this and see how it turns out. I tried oil pastels on, and let me tell you what kind of paper this is. This is Strathmore 500 series mixed media paper, and that's all it says. Let's do another outfit highlight, shall we? This was like the perfect mix of athletic cowgirl, and I wore this to the Sentrock show. I loved it. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this week. I realized like after I recorded that my hair was all messed up. I just cut it the other day, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I like a lot of volume up here normally, so like it's a little flat for me. I want like a little bit of zhuzh up here. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, I have my cosmetology license. I am retired, okay? and I only cut my hair, and I don't really trust anybody else with my hair, so I'm still editing the YouTube, but that's why I'm front facing this camera this time, because I'm like, I ain't about to have any surprises, because I just watched a lot of the footage that I recorded, and guess what? It's really blurry. It's really blurry, but you know what's funny is like a lot of it is really blurry, but I think it's because those aren't stories that I'm necessarily supposed to tell yet. And that's okay, and I'm kind of happy with that. So it's a lot of like unused stuff that I'm gonna have, but that's okay. That's totally fine. I have a lot to say, and I can't wait to keep telling you it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It was just like a lot of highlights about this fun time this week. And then so much fun getting to paint with ink again for the first time in so long. I was also at my friend's house today, and he lives in like this beautiful home. And as I was walking through it, I saw like some ink paintings, like just drawings on paper. And I was like, hey, listen, I could do that. And if you want anything, like let me know and I'll send it to you. Like you can buy it from me. And I think that's the thing, right? Is like keep creating and keep posting it and keep sharing it and like let people know it's for sale. Like why not, you know? So I definitely think that's what I need to do, and I'm working on it, and I love you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.